Shawn Porter says that Keith Thurman wants the rematch with him and that negotiations have begun. Their first fight, as far as I'm concerned, was a welterweight classic. Great fight. Their rematch might be a classic too, or will it? How much has Keith Thurman got left? He's been out the ring a very long time. Is his mind even on boxing? Can his body take the rigors of training camp with all the injuries he's had? Who knows? As far as the technicalities of this fight potentially coming about, Shawn Porter is the WBC welterweight champion. Keith Thurman is the WBA welterweight champion still, even though he's been out the ring for a long time. The WBC are the only sanctioning body which ranks, well, sometimes ranks, and champions of other sanctioning bodies, and occasionally makes champions of other sanctioning bodies mandatories for their own champion. We've seen this several times over the last few years when at light heavyweight, the WBC made Sergey Kovalev, who was a WBO and, you know, he had other belts, made him the mandatory, for Adonis Stevenson's WBC light heavyweight title. We saw it in the middleweight division when the WBC belt, which was held by Miguel Cotto and then Canelo, Golovkin was mandatory for that belt, even though he had titles of other sanctioning bodies. This is unusual. For those who are maybe newer to boxing, normally sanctioning bodies don't rank fighters who are champion. Like, for example, this might sound a little complicated to people, so let me simplify it. If you are the WBA champion and you look in the IBF rankings, yeah, you're WBA champion, the IBF will not have you in their rankings. And not only will they not have you in their rankings, they're not going to make you mandatory for their IBF champion. That's how it's been for decades. But the WBC over the last few years, they've shaken things up. And with that particular sanctioning body, they do what I've just described. So that's the technicalities out of the way. Sounded a little convoluted. I apologize. I tried to be as clear as possible, but I guess I failed. Hopefully most of you understood. As far as this rematch goes, as I say, we don't know what Keith Thurman has. He's been out for so long. We don't know where his mind is at. We don't know where his body is at. It's all up in the air at the moment. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I mean, there's the potential that Keith Thurman could come back and be a shadow of himself. There's a potential that he could come back, fight Shawn Porter and get stopped. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I'm not saying it's going to, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did because of the fact he's been out so long. We don't know, as I say, where his mind and where his body is at. Do I want to see Keith Thurman back? Hell yeah. I'd like to see him get some maybe comeback fights first, some tune-up fights before going into a Shawn Porter rematch, but that might not be viable. You know, that might not be possible. So we'll see. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, people. It's happening. I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.